everybody, and welcome to Chat with Trina. Tonight, I am so excited to be chatting with my friend, the legendary radio personality, DJ Chilly Bill Smith. All right, Chilly Bill, hey.
Hey, Trina.
How's it going?
All right, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your show.
I thank you for agreeing to be a part of my show. You know, you're my friend for life.
Yes.
I always tell people when I do stuff or I get down, I don't know if you ever see it on Facebook, but all the time I always refer back to the time you told I think we were at Chicago Bar and Grill. We ran into each other, and I was gonna have that first cruise. And you said to me, I was down for whatever reason. I think because I couldn't get people were acting crazy with me. You were like, sometimes you have to remember because you step out and do stuff. They were probably thinking about it, but they didn't do it. You did it. And I keep that with me all the time, believe it or not.
And it's so funny now. It's so funny now that when you started, then all of a sudden everybody wanted to start doing cruises. I'm like, wow, look at this. Yeah. Look at where it started. See?
Yeah. Yeah. And it used to upset me until somebody told me they was like, don't see yourself as people taking what you do, see yourself as a trendsetter, and you started something. And I was like, that's a good way of thinking about that. I still get a little pissed off sometimes, but you know.
You're a trend star. Stop it, girl. You're a trend star. See?
But, so what's your real name, Chilly Bill?
William Smith. You want my government name? Because I saw what you did.
Government name.
I saw you did one with Jack Frost. He didn't want to get me. I'm not scared. Nobody's coming after me. William Smith.
William Smith. You have a middle name?
Leon. Yes. I'm a junior. William Smith Jr. Yes.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah, I've had a hard time getting super DJ Jack Frost to say. So, talk to me about where you got Chilly come from.
Chilly came from, I was when I first started working for Magic. I was producing the Snowman and the Incredible Breakfast Club morning show, and they was like, okay, if you're gonna be on the radio with us, William is not gonna do it. You know, you can't be all proper. You know, because mostly everybody who's on the radio, their names are not their real names, just so you know. Yeah. So they was like, okay, let's figure this out. They said, what's your nickname? Well, I said, well, you know, everybody call me Bill. So it's like Bill, Chill Bill, Cold Bill, Chilly Bill, Chilly Bill Smith, Chilly Bill. That's what we're going to do. And from that on, it just stuck. I've been Chilly Bill Smith.
And it makes it right.
Yes. One thing I did do was as soon as I did it, I trademarked my name. So it is mine. Nobody can take it from me.
Exactly. Well, I always be Chilly Bill. Right. Where did you grow up?
I grew up, born and raised in Houston, Texas. I was born in Sunnyside. Then I moved to Hiram Clark, and then I came to the mighty Trey, 3rd Ward. Graduated from Jack Yates Senior High School, and went across the street over to Texas Southern before I got drafted to come and start working in radio.
Okay. What made you did you always know you wanted to work in radio, or?
No, funny story that really did it. When I was I started DJing at like 14 years old. So cause I've always loved music. My parents raised me on loving music. And so I was doing a party, and the actual man who I was talking about, Jim Snowden, aka the Snowman, he was the program director at Magic at that time, and he was hosting the party I was DJing. He was like, oh man, the guy, he came, he said, man, I like your sound. We're getting ready to start doing live mixing on the radio, because before then they wasn't doing that. And he said, can I get your card? And we can talk. So I was like, okay, sure, you know, and everything. So you know, when you're young and dumb, you have a card, you don't call nobody back, you know, you're doing. So a friend of mine who stayed down around the corner from me, his name was Joe Martell. He was the promotions director at Magic, and he used to come get me in the van every now and then. I just go riding with him, doing their little t-shirt toss, things like that. So he said, Chilly Bill, did Mr. Snowden give you a card and tell you to call him about doing it? I said, Joe, yeah, you know, but you know how people do. He said, man, you better Matter of fact, I'm gonna hand you the phone right now. You better talk to him right now. And then I got on the phone with him, and it was history from then on. I started off as a mixer. I came in. I was a lot of the songs during that time. I remixed a lot of the songs that was playing on Magic, and then also I was doing all their live stuff from clubs and things like that. And then I learned production. I learned how to do commercials and everything. I also worked in promotions because my mom taught me a valuable lesson. She said, once you get inside the door, you got in through the back door. Don't go out that same door you came back in. So I went in there learning everything that was in there. So when it was time for for them to be looking for somebody to do it, hey, Chilly's here, he can do that. So hey, that's how it happened, and that's how it was ever since. And I tell everybody, yes, I tell people anytime, man, when you get an opportunity to be somewhere, just don't think you know everything. Be like a sponge, absorb everything you learning, because you getting on the job training that people who are going to 4-year colleges and taking communications, or going to school of broadcasting and all that. They didn't get that. I got it from just by being there. So, and I learned from everybody who was there. So, fortunately it was good.
That is good. That's a good story, because if there's a promoter guy that kind of almost had the same kind of story about not going in and just learning and soaking up everything. Mm-hmm. How long is that you've been in radio?
I started in the 80s. I actually started working at Magic in 1986. I was fortunate enough to be able to have my radio career in one city, because most of the time, if you know a lot of DJs and stuff, they have to, they go to where the jobs are. So they may start here, or they may end up in Chicago, they may end up in New York. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm an H-Town boy. I'm H-Town till I die. And, with my family and stuff being here and everything, I just, I was fortunate to be able to stay, because I was at Magic. I was at Magic through every ownership change that station had. So everybody who bought them, I would see people come and go, but I was still there.
Right.
But, I came in, kept my head down, doing what I was supposed to do, and got in and got out. But it's been, I started in 86. I retired from Magic in 2017. And then 2016. And then I started helping out at my, over at KTSU, trying to give back to, these young kids that are hungry and want to be in radio, right. Everything. And I tell the truth. When you come to me, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Right. What about arenas? I know you'd be jamming at the arena. Are you still doing that?
Yes, I am. I've always had my DJ company on the side, which is Frost Entertainment. That was before radio. That was what I was doing. So, I still, I would do, weddings and events and everything and stuff like that. And then at the arena, I happened to, one of the promoters who was promoting a show there asked me would I come and play for the show. So I, do the opening. I didn't know I was a quote unquote opening act, but that's what I was. So, then I started playing, and then the promoter who runs it now, named Daryl Austin, he was like, "Hey man, you stay. I need you to stay. This is what we're gonna do." So now I do all the urban shows and everything and
I'm gonna tell you, Chilly, I have to give to you. I know I done said it 65,000 times. I was looking for you that night. I was like, and not to take anything away from the DJ was there. He was awesome, but it's just, you have a certain style that you play. So I was like, that is not Chilly up there.
Well, if they have another promoter who may rent the place out and do it on their own, then they have their option of bringing who they want to bring. And I mean, and like I tell people that, and I mean, you see me in different places.
Oh yeah.
I try to make it to where it is, really, you're not here for me. You're here for the show.
Right.
So in the time and the show is getting ready, and a lot of times, sometimes, artists show up late, or They, they waiting for the right time, and everything and stuff like that. I'm your pre-show entertainment, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you entertained until the show starts. Your ticket may say 8 o'clock, and then I start till 9. So, so I have to, be that
True.
person.
That
I
is
have to be
definitely
that
true.
person. Yes, to keep you entertained and stuff like that. And then, even though if it's more than one act, in between acts while they're setting everything up, I come and do my thing, and it's just to have fun. And one thing about the arena, whenever I say, when you come in there, you can't come in there and sit down and be bougie, because we gonna
No, 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 no. And then when people ask about going to the arena, the one thing about the arena to me is there's not a bad seat in the house.
right.
Not a bad seat in the house. I love it.
Absolutely.
I met you at Club Divas back in the
Yep.
day. One of
Yep.
the best clubs on the north side. You had your rhinestones, and then we moved on over to Divas. And I don't think we've had anything like that. They tried, but I don't think, not on the north side. I love Chicago Bar and Grill. It's my new place, but Divas has not been captured.
Well, because like you said, you came up when we was doing Oasis, the main event. We was doing all the clubs on the south. The south side was the place to go. Southwest Houston was the place to go. And then when we finally started, coming to the north side and started having places out there, it was based on that same mentality. We're going to dance. We're going to have a great time. We're going to do that. These clubs nowadays, they don't do that. They take selfies, in the club while the music is playing, and all that. And that's where that's where the creation of line dancing comes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I have to play it because I'm a DJ and I'm gonna satisfy my audience. I never liked line dance songs, and the reason why is because in this new generation, men stop asking women to dance. They stop asking women to dance, and you think about it now. Back in the day, we used to do the prep, we used to do all these other different dances and all that. You don't have a dance now. The dance now, if you dancing, the man going from side to side, and the woman doing what she want to do. But you had that interaction to where, you may talk while you was dancing. You may, that personal interaction. You don't have that anymore. And, and like it's a few places, like the Red Rooster, Chicago Bar and Grill, is where you go, and it takes you back now to where, house parties where people dance. They gonna come somewhere, you gonna come to dance, and you gonna have a great time. And that's where this new generation is lost from our generation. I miss
generation too. Feel like the men think they're gonna get dirty or wrinkled or something. That's why.
If they do get dirty nowadays, it's because all the dust that's on the wall you trying to hold up. Your back should have nothing but lint on the back of your nice shirt, because you're holding up the wall all night. The wall is meant to be. It's got its own thing. It know what to do. It doesn't need your help.
It's got the foundation holding up the wall. It's holding up the ceiling.
It's got everything it needs. It does not need your help.
Yes.
And you know that, and like I said, they make dance floors for a reason. And dance floors is not for line dancing all night long. I'm sorry, it's not.
And so what? So with Zydeco used to be about dancing. You will go to an event now, and it's full of people standing on the dance floor.
And I don't understand that, because yes, the Zydeco was bringing dancing back. You had to physically dance with somebody. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a novice.
Yeah.
I only got one move on the Zydeco. I only got one move. But you see the people, they spin and they do they do all the different things and stuff. And so, but now they're starting to fall into the habit of all of these other people. And that's what's killing me about this. Where can we get back to the point to where we enjoy each other? We get out there and we dance. I understand right now we're dealing with the virus. We can't touch each other right now. But this was going on, way before that, Trina. People stopped dancing. I'm gonna say it. and I'm really being short when I say the last 5 years. It's been longer than that.
It's been longer than that, yeah.
It's been longer than that. But I mean, but this part where you know that you go, y'all go to y'all go to the beauty salon, y'all go to the nail shop, y'all got the nice outfit you wearing. You come out with your girls, y'all get lined up, y'all get out there, and y'all don't get there to pay that cover charge to go into a club and to sit and chair dance all night or wait for a line dance song to come on. And brothers, we get our nice suits, or you know, our players, you know, we get everything going, get the haircut fresh and everything.
The come step on the wall.
Yes, it's not what we supposed to do. And I know our parents and our grandparents just shaking their heads right now. What are they doing?
That's where the fun of it was. You didn't have to be the best dancer. You didn't have to. You just do your little side to side thing.
Yeah.
Side to side.
Yes. Yeah. Can I give you one more example right quick? My favorite movie is Hitch with Will Smith. I don't know if you've seen that movie. And the bottom line was, he said when he was teaching the white man to dance, he said, "This is your son. You don't go no further than this. This is what you do. You just go from side to side. Just go from side. Let the woman do whatever she doing, but you just go from side to side. You don't do none of this, none of that. You just go from side to side."
Right. That's too funny. What about? I think for me, that's also why I like live. I fell into love with live music back when there was a guy named John Rochelle used to come to DJ, and that's when I fell in love with her. I'm actually gonna go with John real soon, but once this is over. But that's another reason why now I will go to a club that's a live music venue because ain't nobody gonna ask you to dance anyway. I will go somewhere I can sit, eat me a little dinner, listen to the music.
Now that's something that I'm glad is coming back now to where you're able to see live music. You nobody's sing and trust me, I'm not hating on artists who use tracks and stuff like that, but I want to see a band. Let me see even if it's just 3 of y'all up there. Let me see a band, and that's why I see you go out to Sugars. I see even at at the spots Chicago Bar and everything. Y'all have live entertainment, and that's the thing right now. Because if I'm gonna pay, if I'm going to see somebody perform, I want to see.
Pay for that, and I'll pay for that, and I'm not bored because if I'm going to dance, I'm gonna be mad because I can pay my $10. I'm just sitting at my table buying my own. Not that I have a problem with buying my own drinks, but back in the day, somebody would come and send you a little drink, just a little $5, little happy hour.
Now you knew back in the day that was a calling card. First thing we do, we send y'all a drink to see if what was gonna happen. Then we go from there. And you took a chance. It was a 50-50 chance when you got that drink. Yes, you can come and talk to me. Well, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna send you on your way. You had that choice.
I tell people now, the only way you can go, if you want somebody to buy you a drink, you gotta go back to the old school. You gotta go back to what is Red Rooster. You'll get a drink in there. They might have on a 16.
Matter of fact, you gotta go back in the hood to the hole in the walls. That's what you got.
That is so true. Is that somebody will sit at my table and talk to me for an hour? I know, and now one time it happened to me. Actually, someone came and sat and was talking, and the person came to ask, "Well, y'all want something to drink?" Crickets. Okay. And I was like, okay, maybe he don't have no money. So I ordered the drink and said, "Do you want something?" So like, what? But anyway, so things have just changed so much. But I do like live music. So you do enjoy live music as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, and something else that is same way with jazz. You don't have a lot of jazz here where you get to see a lot of jazz entertainment. But one thing I'm liking now is it looks like it's a resurgence of music now, and now a lot of these local bands are getting exposure now because they're doing it. Because I've seen a couple of posts that you've done where you've had some of your friends, these bands, at these places, and you see that. So now, because now if we talking about music now, music is not like it was. I'm sorry, music is not like it is, and live entertainment and stuff like that. All of our people that we listen to, I'm sorry, the Lord has taken them home now. So we're not getting. Frankie is struggling. Y'all still gonna go see him, Y'all still gonna sing the songs while he gonna try to sing something for it. But you know, you think about it. If Frankie passes on, there's no more Mains.
There's no more Mains.
If Eddie Levert passes on, there's no more OJ. You know what I mean? So so the bands that we have are dying out now. You know, yeah. Charlie Wilson he resurged himself to be Uncle Charlie and everything. But if he goes, he's gone. Gap Band's gone. All that is gone.
Good R&B music is and that is what I do appreciate about the arena. They keep it alive with that when we get to go hear Confunction. Even the Sugarland people, they doing it as well, but Arena started it. It was their niche, you know, and that's what I love about going there for that.
Yeah, because because it's still, you know, it's still liking it, and you have to think about these people are still performing because they're not getting the royalties off their songs like these new people are. Yeah. So they have to get out there and get out there and hustle for it. Mm-hmm. You know, the Whispers are all of them average over 70 years old. They still out there performing because you know they got to get out there and they have to continue to do it. So you know, so it's good to support them. But now you're starting to see now where you're starting to see bands and stuff starting to come back together, and we're starting to see a resurgence. Because I tease my daughter is my daughter's 18 and my middle son is 25, and I tease him. I said, you know, when y'all go back for y'all 20th and 30th reunion, Drake gonna be y'all person. Y'all not gonna have what we have. Y'all gonna be going with Drake. But
I'm trying to figure out how do they even have fun with the music. I mean, and I'm sure they do, but in my mind, I'd be like, dude, yeah.
I'm telling you, if you just had one time, just go with your daughter somewhere and just sit back and just watch what they do, and you will be like, this is boring. We're listening to this music, but it's boring because y'all not doing nothing. Y'all just standing there. Y'all just standing around. Just
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey have a bit in one of his shows, the way he talk about how he have to go to the show now, and the rappers running back and forth on the stage. I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah. He talking about throw your hands in there. No, I paid you. You throw your hands in there. Yeah, you don't make me do the work. But the thing about it when we did it with our bands, they was bringing us in to be a part of their music. You know, when Confunction would go, you know, you hear fun. You in there. You know, so
I
now
feel like that with Frankie. Even though we sing with him, I think it gives him joy. To be honest with you, to hear when he's there and he shut up and everybody's singing his music, I know that brings him so much joy that people know his music like that. Like we play the song.
You think about this. Frankie has been touring now. Like they had their I think their 50th anniversary. So he's never had a Grammy, never won a Grammy. So he's never won any, you know, besides BET awards, stuff like that. But actually, the big quote unquote accolade, you know, awards that these artists get accolades for, he hasn't done that. So everything he has done has been on tour. You know, when he got, and as a matter of fact, people don't understand. People think Frankie is from New Orleans. No, he's not. Frankie's from up north. But what happened was when he started coming to Essence, he blew up, and the South just embraced Frankie. And so now Frankie, you know, if if Frankie coming to town, you say, oh, I ain't gonna see, he can't sing and stuff no more. Next thing you talking about, girl, you got your money, let's go see Frankie. And we go.
I missed my girlfriend's 50th birthday that I had told I was coming to, but when I found out Frankie was coming, I'm sorry. That might Diana Ross. I went to see her because I said you don't ever know when it's gonna be the last time to see these people.
Right.
Stevie Wonder. Some years back, a guy friend of mine had a ticket. Thank God he the person he was gonna go with couldn't go. He asked me, and I was like, I do not want to go see no Stevie Wonder.
It was the best show you ever went to.
Well, let me just. Oh my God, Chilly, that was the best concert. I'm talking about best concert I've ever been to.
Well, you
I
think,
said Steve Wonder told these people how to give a show.
right? Well, you looking like last year when Anita Baker did her farewell tour and everybody went. Think of the last time, and it's been what, 10 years. You remember when Sade came and did her tour, and she had stopped performing. And somebody finally talked her into, come on, we're gonna do one more tour. Just do one tour. She didn't have no new music, the same stuff she was going, but everybody was wanting to see her so bad. She went, and think about the ones that's passed away. You remember you used to go see Luther. If Luther was somewhere, you was going to see Luther.
Everybody was going to go see Luther.
Gerald Levert. If Gerald Levert was somewhere, you was going to go see him perform. So, you had, because those, that was our music. That music touched us. This music doesn't touch us like that.
Yeah, it was good music. Let's get, do you still enjoy partying? Not partying. Do you still enjoy DJing parties or events and stuff like that?
Yeah. I love. That's why I stopped. I stopped doing clubs. Even when I was at Magic, I stopped maybe about 10 years old. And all I like to do is special events. I like to do.
Yes, you were my MC, 2, maybe 3 years in a row for my gala.
Right.
I post a picture every so often. I try to.
Cause see, here's the thing.
Make sure I post it when your birthday comes around.
When you do events like that, like a wedding, you're a part of somebody's memory. You're a part of somebody's memory that's gonna last a life. When you're doing somebody's 50th birthday party or whatever party that you're doing for them, you a part of their memory. Your galas. I was a part of your memories of your galas.
Yeah.
And so and like what you're doing with the cruises and everything. When you go somewhere and you're with some people, you get the chance to be with them, have fun with them, and then and then you actually playing and stuff. You're a part of their memory. They're not gonna forget that. So I have people now. I mean, just man, I remember when you did my homeboy's wedding. 10 years.
Yeah.
So those things, I like that.
Never go away.
In a club, when Friday night is over, I'm not thinking about you no more. I'm not gonna think about you no more. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking about you no more. I'm getting ready for Saturday. Saturday night, I gotta get ready for church on Sunday. I'm not thinking about Billyville no more.
I'm trying to go home. I don't need to talk no more. It's 2 o'clock.
Right. You was good. That's why.
Question about that also. A controversy I have, because I know you can't do it all night. But how do you feel about being requested music? Why is that such an annoying thing?
Here's the thing, and DJs have different things about it. Now, because like for example, like I say, when you at a club, your mission, as you know, because you worked at them and your mission is the DJ's mission to keep that flow packed, which will get you hot, which will make you go to the bar and buy drinks. It's a circle thing. Drinks, dance. When you do talking about requests, a lot of DJs for some reason have an issue with requests. Now, it's different in a club, because I know in a club surrounding, the main thing is for the DJ to do is to get the people on the dance floor, which is the people heated up so they can go get something to drink, and then the cycle goes around and around. Yeah. So they come in. So a lot of times DJs come in with a pre-format in their mind of what they're gonna do, compared to like if you're doing like a special event or something like that, you hired me. I'm your radio. Okay. So at that place, if I'm doing something and that's why for example, I do a wedding reception. I'm gonna ask you what your playlist is, or give me songs that you may want incorporated into mine.
Gotcha.
So I can play your favorite songs and do it to well. And then and sometimes people come up, but it's a lot of times. It's a lot of times how people approach you with a request may happen because you may come up and say, "Chilly, can you play the song for me? I'm getting ready to leave." Okay, but that song may not be that song what you asking me for may not fit in what I'm doing right now. So I need you.
Okay, Jack Frost said that too. Yeah.
Right. I may need you to hang on for a few minutes till I able to get to it. And and I mean, and sometimes they may give you something that's completely out of character. That's and that's your favorite song. So my thing is, I understand you want me to please you, but I got another thousands.
That's true.
I have to please them as well. But all I'm polite about it, and everything. I'm not now. Don't come to me. Don't come to me and say, well, if you don't got the song, I got it on my phone. Keep it on your phone then.
You know, see, let me go to the car and get my CD.
Right. Give me your aux cord. Let me plug it. I don't roll like that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you something that's satisfactory to what you're doing. And it's like I say, it's a lot of pressure. And then also you have, like with some clubs where the club owner wanna be the DJ too. He go, you need to play this, you need to play that, stuff like that. The one thing I know, because funny story, when I go with Divas, but that same was Ike, you paid me my job. Let me do my job, and then at the end of the night, if things seem like it don't go, then we'll have a meeting
your way
about it. But let's not do it in the midst of that. And a lot of times people respect that. They respect and do it that way. So it's all in about how you do it. I mean, because sometimes some people might bring in a song like, I do need to play this song, because and it's all depends on like what area, because like I said, if you want like at the arena, I got people that come all the time. Can you wish so and so a happy birthday? Can you wish 50th and stuff like that? So there, I'm more flexible. I'm able to do that compared to if I'm at a club. I can't I can't be playing this stuff here. You say, can you give me that hole in the wall Mel Waste? I'm gonna fit with this one. But I'm gonna try to work it in for you. I'm gonna figure out a way to do it.
And then be polite about it. I think I could accept it more people were polite about it. I went to a venue about a year or two ago. Never been there before. I went to somebody's birthday party and nothing was happening. Nobody was dancing, with nothing going on. I said, let me go ask her if she'll play this song. It was a lady DJ, and I went over. It was very nice. I think it was a Charlie Wilson song had just come out, Chill or something, whatever it was. Yeah. I went and asked her, and she was like, oh, okay. Well, she played the song Chilly, but by the time I got to my seat, she said, and just to let everybody know, I am not a jukebox. I do not take requests. Well, needless to say, I got my things and I left. Right. Because people just told me, hey, we don't really take requests. I'd never been there before. So now I'm not coming back. And the people that's with me, they not coming back because you were rude.
And also, you may have something like, because like when I attend at the barbecue cook-off every year. And people come, they'll be ready. They done got some fire water in them and they ready, they want to get their song or whatever. I bring my daughter. My daughter told me this. She said, take this bowl with you. Take this fish bowl with you. And she made a nice little sign that said request. And she put on there, the bigger the tip, the quicker your song gets on. I said, I love it.
That sounds like my oldest daughter. She would do that.
And I sit it right there. So when people come and so I say, yeah, I should play, and I'll just happen to point to it. Oh, okay. So and it's that way. But I mean, but most of the time, if it fits what's going on, whatever, I'll try my best to get it in. But I'm not, I don't get like some people do and give out, because also you representing the place that you at. So if I act up and say something like that, just exactly what you said, you're not gonna come back. So now I'm in trouble. Because these people we're coming, they're not gonna come back now because I said something that I should.
And there were 6 of us that left, and it wasn't none even jumping off over there. Now, see, that could have been a great opportunity for me to go and say, hey, and you don't ever know who's in the club. Not saying I'm some great, wonderful person, but.
Watch this. 6 of y'all left. If the drinks average $10, that's $60 gone. That's $60 gone. And you may have 2 drinks, 1 or 2 drinks per person. They go, and there's $120.
$20. But people don't think like that. I laugh at your daughter too, because my daughter, I don't know if she's what do you call it? I can't even think of the word right now. My daughter's a very my oldest one, when it comes to me charging people, it was always hard. It ain't the same now. But my daughters, they'll both say, okay, now when they ask you to do this flyer, or they ask you, pull out your menu of prices, because it's not free. It's so,
now it's in the beginning. I mean,
that's the word.
If you're doing something in the beginning to get to get your word out of something, you may do a little, but
yeah.
But no, this is not going to become a habit.
How many years I've been doing this? It's time to charge.
Trina, do it for free, man. Tell her what you want. Trina, do it for free. Oh no, after them days over. Them days,
how the word gets out.
You should have called me when I first started, but now them days.
Like right now with this virus, I'm saying, okay, well, call me if you want me to post your watch parties and stuff, and it's free at this time. I always at this time. I'm adding all that on there because it's not free forever. Let's see. I want to ask you about. We asked you about your favorite genre of music. Do you have a favorite genre?
I really stretch out, and I like a lot of everything. Okay. But I do, I will say R&B is first, and but I've learned in what I do in my profession, you can't be stuck in just one thing. You have to know, because I mean, I've done bar mitzvahs, I've done Caribbean parties, I've done things like that. So you have to as being a DJ, you have to learn.
You gotta be open.
You got to be open and know your culture, because if you stuck in one box, you're gonna be limited to what you do. You know, same thing we tell our children: don't be stuck in one box. Go, branch off as much as possible. So I mean, but R&B is my thing, and I hate that R&B is really on a slow death, because what we was talking about earlier, because we don't have a lot of that type of music that we enjoy, that has a meaning, that has a substance, that really makes you think, that touches an emotion.
Yeah. Or makes you get it, because I mean, Chicago Born Grill has a guy, his name is Sam Brown, and then Ayanna Ford. Both of them are awesome singers, and they don't they're not I guess they're not just high demand. That's the word I'll use, and that's no offense to them, because I think they're awesome. And but they sing old school R&B, right? They sing a little up to date, but most I'm in Chicago Grill on a Thursday night. It's not many people there. I'm there, and I feel like I'm there by myself in my room with my R&B music, and I'm up dancing, having a good time, and I can do that by myself.
Right.
Now, I know that ain't good for the club. He want more people, but one night there was too many people. I was like, "Ooh, where they come from? I want to be just me." But that's what I'm talking about. It's I was get jealous too. Like, why are y'all here? Why don't y'all go back? But they're awesome singers. That's what I not trying to get this out of you, but to me, it's something that I want to do, is make sure that those people are seen, because they should be out there. They should be playing more. They should be in several spots.
What they should be. Let me tell you what they should do right now, and as you're seeing a lot during this virus and everything, get online and do a free concert. Let you
that in my notes.
have them to know. To do, and like I said, you don't have to be on for an hour. You ain't got to be on for 2 hours. You ain't got to do a full set. Just give them just enough to make them want more. And you put on the bottom of it. You put on the bottom of you tag at the bottom of your post for booking information and all that. This is how you get in touch with it, because as you see now, and I know you've seen.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of everybody want to go live. Everybody want to do, they want to do these things. Now, I do it one day a week. And the only reason I do it one day a week is because I want you to wait for that next Saturday. I know next Saturday when you come up, when Chilly Bill come on next week, we're going to be
right. We know what's,
Because if I oversaturate you by doing it every day, you're going to say, why do I need this for him every day? And because this coronavirus has hit the entertainment industry well. I mean, my calendar was full before this thing happened. And then things got dropped off. A lot of these bands and stuff, they had gigs.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
and I'm not talking about just the local ones. I'm talking about
Oh yeah.
that's why you see Anthony Hamilton doing a thing every Sunday. You see Kim did a show the other day.
Saw that.
Erica Badu did a thing and did a concert last night online for $2. You know, $2 a person. You know, and everything. So because they gotta supplement this income. If you didn't put your money to the side, you may be a little ugly, right? Because if singing has become your full-time job, if singing has become your full-time job, your full-time profession, you gotta find a way. You gotta find a way to do something, and we don't get past this. So if like I say, so if you have just enough to where people see and they remember, so that when they come out of this and they ready and they give us the green light to start interacting with each other, when they give us the green light to we're able to start booking, because you think about it, a lot of weddings got put off,
Absolutely.
a lot of birthday parties, a lot of special events, things have gotten canceled in these past 50
Life
days.
just shut down.
Got shut down, and we don't know. Right now they saying it's till May. We don't know. It may be till June. It may be till summer. You know, we
Even
don't know.
Sadiq has is doing a show.
He's doing because comics the same way. Comics are the same way. So if you get any type of entertainment, you struggling. You struggle. That's why you see like these movie theaters now. They're making the way these new movies. You can see them. You can stream them now. They gotta make some money. They got to make some money. Yeah. They trying to figure out these ways to make some money. You know.
I'm definitely gonna pull their coattail, Ayana and Sam. Do you so you've already kind of told me what changes for the radio? Is anybody at the radio station working from home, broadcasting from home, or?
So some of the not maybe not locally, but a lot of like the syndicated shows. A lot of syndicated shows you see like Ricky Smiley, and Ricky may be in the studio, but I think Eva and some of the other ones, they're from home. Steve Harvey, probably the producers who run the actual show are in the studio, but everybody else is split up, and they have devices where you won't know. You can't tell that they're not there, but they're able to do it now because, and especially up in New York, all those New York stations, everybody pretty much from home. They trying to because they got it to where it's so it's so dangerous up there for you to be out. A lot of the major shows that are like, cause like Sirius XM and all that, they're based out of New York. So a lot of those shows you're listening to, the essential people who they call a producer who have to be there to run the boards and everything, they there, but everybody else is pretty much gone. And
you're going in. So, but you guys work one by yourself.
We're still essential. We go in, but what I do is when they'll tell you, they see me coming, I'm like Shirley the maid. I got my Lysol, I got my cleaning products. I come in.
I heard you talking to what's your producer's name? What's her name? I saw you talking to her the other day when you were getting ready to do your show Saturday. What's her name? Is she the manager, the producer?
Donna Franklin. Yeah,
Franklin. I saw her. Y'all was talking about something the other day.
When I come in, they tell you, they know I'm coming. I'm spraying from outside all the way in the way I'm going. So I got because we're in those rooms, and like I said, it's not no disrespect to nobody else. Because before I leave, I spray again so that the next guy can come in. We don't know right now. We don't know what this thing is going to do. So now you have to protect it, because I got to come home to my family. I take care of my dad. My dad is 94. I take care of him. Yeah. So I can't afford to be sick right now. Definitely. So I'm certainly want to take nothing to him. I'm certainly can't take nothing to him. So I have to. And that's kind of what I've been trying to.
I'm sorry. That's kind of what I've been trying to say to people. even if you so big and bad you don't want people to tell you what you can and cannot do, think about the people you're going home to. Think about you got to think about that. Don't kill me because you talking about you can't nobody tell you what to do. That's silly.
But it gets back to Trina, the things that you was brought up on and what you told your kids a lot of thousand times. They laugh at you about wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Because a lot of times you may tell me, Bill, your hands are ashy. It ain't because it ain't been washed, because they've been washed too much.
Somebody told me that one time about being ashy. I said, well, that means I took a bath. So
right. So I would wash my hands, and as soon as I get through washing my hands and dry them, I'll get some hand sanitizer and I'll put them on my hands as well. I'll back it up with that.
We got that up here too. We got that. And my kids, I had already talked to them from way since they were little about personal space. So we always had that little at the grocery store. Don't get on top of people. Jam and Kayla, back up. You got to get them their space. So that part is not even with the dance community. That was probably when I finally was able to kind of hug people a little bit more, because I wasn't a hugger either. But with the dance community, that's what they do. So I tend to think to myself how that's going to change after this.
Because me and a couple of friends was talking about that, and it was like, okay, so now when they give us the green light and we're able to, and we come out of this thing, I said, and they were saying, Bill, you crazy. I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all a week. I'm gonna stay inside still. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all all run, because as soon as it's gonna be like the last day of school at 3 o'clock when the bell rings. When they give y'all green light, y'all gonna be out in these streets. Y'all gonna be just out there just to be out there. I'm gonna give y'all a week to use the app.
I thought a joke like that to say, you know what? When we get the green light, I'm gonna let y'all get that first app. I feel the same way. I don't believe I'm gonna do that. I might go out to eat or something, but I will not be in the networking area. But let y'all go do that first. Come back and let me know how it was.
Do the same way with the folks like I do with my phone. When the people want to get the new iPhone, y'all go ahead and get the first batch. I'll wait. Wait
till I fix all the glitches.
Y'all get all the glitches and stuff out. Then I'm gonna go get it then.
Right.
Because but I say something, and it's just in my opinion, it's just that now you think about during this epidemic and pandemic and what's going on right now. How much have you really spent time with family? I mean, when I say spend time, I mean spend time. When y'all are in the house, y'all can't go nowhere. Y'all just in the house all the time. And then also calling and checking. I've done more calling now than I've had texting.
Yeah.
Because you want to talk to people. You want to
do a lot of FaceTime because I want to see
FaceTime. What we doing right now, Zoom. It's just we want to see you. Let me see how you do.
Right,
like your mama say, let me look at you, son. Let me see how you doing. Let me look at you. Come here, girl. Let me look at you. Let me see you. Let me see.
My daddy, so he don't have. Go ahead.
Now, one thing is y'all gonna be ready for that. You can say all you want to about wait on that first air. I bet when them doggone nail salon and beauty shops open, y'all gonna be all up there.
Now that I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna get the first air on that. I take that one. I will take that one. Yes, I'm gonna take that. And these toes got to get done. Scrape off. So you got me on that one. I'm not gonna deny. They can have the clubs, but I'm gonna get my nails done.
the nails and beauty salon. You gonna be up in there? Yes.
And they may have lost money, but Chilly, they gonna make some money when they open back up.
I said right now, I can't do nothing right now, but if I could throw me a beauty supply shop open, boy, I will be rich with this thing over. I will be rich because y'all gonna be running up in there. I need to get some hair. I need to get some so and so.
They're gonna need all kind of stuff. On that note, I know you remember Fallbrook Church, Deacon Smith.
Yep.
How long have you been a part of Fallbrook?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been a member of Fallbrook?
Oh, I've been a member of Fallbrook since 2001. when I started there, they only had one building, but now as you've seen, we've grown to the type of buildings and everything. And it's a funny story with that. And then when I first joined my church, I went a year without them knowing where I worked. I went a year. So when they didn't know Chilly Bill, they knew William Smith, like William Smith.
Oh wow.
Because I didn't want one to get confused with the other.
Yeah.
And and so when I found it was so funny when leadership finally found out and everything, and it really came to head when they asked me when they offered me to become a deacon.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a we'll go to church for a minute. That was a spiritual struggle because I was like, okay, I'm doing this to serve, but then I'm out working in these clubs.
Right.
I'm doing this stuff and stuff like that. So when I first accepted and we go through a 2-year class, and I would just every week and I go through my lessons and everything, and I was just studying. So I talked, me and my wife, I prayed about it. I talked to my wife and everything. I said, you know what, I think I'm going to, for the benefit of the church, I'm going to step down, because everybody knows what, when they know when I am. And then when I come out and, we go through the ceremony and everything, they're going to think, well, how can he do that and do that? Mm-hmm. So I met with my pastor and our associate pastor and the elders of the church. I told them, I said, I really appreciate y'all thinking of me enough to want to do this, but I think I'm going to step down. And they told me, they said, Bill, we know what you do, but we know the person that you are as well. We know you don't drink. We know you don't smoke. We know you're you're not fornicating. You're not doing nothing like that. But it said, but if you go, but here's the thing. You may go somewhere and be a light to somebody to be able to do it. Because if you remember from being on how I close my show on the radio, I always give you a word, and that was before I even became one. I always give you a word, and I always said when I was on the club, if you can party with me on Saturday night, I need you to be in somebody's church on Sunday.
Church in the morning.
Wake up and be in somebody's church on Sunday. And so those things, and as I started going, and people would come and say, man, you would do this here, but then you would say these things at the end that made me just like, okay, I have to get up and go to church tomorrow, and stuff like that. So I understood.
You made me stop and think.
Made me understand what it was to be about, because I love what I do, but I take him seriously. He's number one. So so at that point, that's what it was. But yeah, we do. I love being one. I love serving. I love serving at church. I love just being a part of the community as much as we are. They do a
lot of good things in the community, which brings me to ask you this: are they still? I know last week they did they fed the community. Are they going to be doing that again? Is that going to be a regular thing?
That was with Sheila Jackson Lee and the Houston Food Bank. I think they're going to different sides of town and doing it at different places.
Okay.
And Fallbrook was the test one. Test one.
Okay.
And they had we fed over 500 people.
Wow.
It started at 10, Trina, but people were lined up at 7:30.
What?
People was lined up at 7:30 a.m. Wow. And we had to call some of our law enforcement that we use on Sundays to come help direct traffic.
Yeah.
But it was a simple thing. Pull up, pop your trunk. They already had boxes already done, and it was enough to feed 4 people. We put it in the trunk of your car, and you headed on about your business. So once we got the lines going, we was in and out, but we did have to turn some people away. But they did have the Houston Food Bank said you can go directly to them.
Gotcha.
And they would do, and they was able to do it as well. So they was able to take the ones that wasn't able to get during that time. So it was good.
Clarence Miller, I saw him on a picture there helping out. I'm interviewing
Clarence.
You and him next month. But so we're coming to an end, but I do want to end with this. With all this going on, it's crazy out there, as we said. Oh, one more thing. If a young brother or sister come to you for advice about getting into radio and broadcasting, what would you say? What is the one piece of advice you give?
The one piece of advice I tell them is radio. Radio is radio. If it would have been 10, 20 years ago, I'd say yes, you get into it. Now I would say now it's much harder because stations are being bought up by other stations, and it's really not a lot of places where you can go. You may go, let's say if you worked in Magic and if you wanted to work for another station in another city, if that other city was still a Radio 1 station or whatever, you may not be able to work there. So, you know, it's now it's about carving your own path. It's other things. But if you're able to get in radio, you may love R&B, but don't be focused on R&B. If you got to start at a country station, start there. If you got to start at a rock station, start there. If you got to start at a jazz or gospel station, start there and get your experience there. And then if you see where things come available, you're able to go and do it. But now you see you have the opportunity with internet radio now and podcasting. Now there's a lot of and with social media now, it's a lot of now that you're able to do. Because you look at a lot of these quote unquote, you know, they call them YouTube sensations and stuff now. That's what they've done. They would go, these musicians would put their music out on YouTube and stuff and everything, so people can get it and listen to it and things like that. So now the opportunities are out there. But if they want to seriously do radio, if they want to seriously do it, first thing I would say is number one, go to school. Number two, you know, so you can get your diction and everything, and you want to speak correct, stuff like that. And then just start putting some things together. If you want to do like commercial work, just start reading. Just read some things on and put it on a flash drive or something. You can send it to these different people. And people may like it. You know, so it's a lot of different opportunities now. But I would say now, radio is slowly becoming a dinosaur.
Kind of like regular TV with the antenna went out. And streaming is coming too.
Because you think about it now, you probably listen to more Pandora, Spotify, Tidal, or whatever, or your own music. You have your own music now. So you don't want to listen to commercials and all that stuff. You want to hear your own stuff. And it's able to, you see now in cars now. Now they're saying now that in the next 5 years, it'll be an option to have a radio in your car.
A radio.
Because they're gonna have they'll just have all streaming services in it. You know, or you able to
with the little thing.
Look, there you go. You put a flash drive in cars now. What? You hear your music.
My daughter, was the first thing in her car. That's what they had. I was like, dang, they don't listen to the radio. And they definitely don't like. My youngest she likes but when she was a little girl, she liked Luther. That was so funny to me. But what she does, she did say that they were riding, and I was listening to, I don't know if that's Pokey Bear or Tucker. They got a new song, or whatever it was listening to. It was Southern Soul, and she was like, "I don't see how y'all listen to that. It look like they just talking to me." The jam, what you talking about?
Yeah, that's Southern Soul. That's Southern Soul.
So what I do want to say is that it's so crazy right now that I think it's crazy that people aren't, they're coming up with the conspiracy theories and all that. And I told somebody today, that's all well and good. But the fact of the matter is, we need to sit down for a minute, wash your hands, and just let's wait. So you feel the same way? What can you say to end our conversation to people about this thing? What can we do to sit down, wash your hands?
Sit down. You said it. Sit down, wash your hands. Take advantage of this time you have with your family, and to be able, with your kids, you're able to interact with them more. You're able to talk to them more. Yes, they're gonna drive you crazy because they want to go outside, but you'll have the other stuff. But here's something I posted. I posted this about a week ago. You remember, Noah and his family was locked down for 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days and 40 nights. They couldn't go nowhere. They couldn't go to the grocery store. They couldn't get out and go in the yard. When they walked out on that boat, all they saw was water for 40 days.
Right.
And God protected them. And He gonna get us through the same thing. If we just practice our social distancing, we gonna be close. We gonna get back lovey-dovey right now. You know, I make a joke and say, fellas, I know your side chick mad right now because she can't spend time with you. You know, and ladies, your y'all can't get together right now. You know, but we gonna get past this. But all we can do is continue to do what they're telling us to do, and trust in God, and get out of fear. Get that fear out. We are going to get past this. We are going to. As you see over in China, they on the downswing now. It's starting to go down there. We just got it here, so we got to deal with it. New York is an island, so it's so bad. Everybody on top of each other, so everybody touching each other and everything. Right. Yes, they gonna get it. But if we do what we supposed to do, which is sit down, social distance, don't go anywhere unless you have to go somewhere. Leave me some Lysol so I can get some Lysol. Leave me some cleaning products so I can.
Lysol. I've been hunting for some Lysol. No Lysol for me.
Leave me some hand sanitizer so I can get some. Leave me some toilet paper so I can give me some of that. You know.
And you know what I say too is that I'm about to play a video I did earlier today, and I said that in this, not just asking God to help us or help other people, we do that, but also just to thank Him, thank Him for where we're at. I will tell you something. I'm gonna do a video about it, about my story, because I promised when I was I laid off from my job, Lone Star, after 19 years in August. My job started, I'm at HISD now, I started March 1st, right?
Okay.
I called in that Tuesday for my last unemployment claim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my money had exhausted.
Wow.
So that's one. So we go through that way. I say, whatever, I got to move on. God got me, right?
Right.
Worked that 1 week. Well, week 2 came around. Guess what happened at week 2?
What happened?
The pandemic came.
Right.
So I'm at home now again, but I'm getting paid. So God took care of me. So every day, you know, it could be in the middle of the day. I'm gonna tell you, I'll just be like, thank you, God, thank you. You know, I'm out and I have a good time, Chilly, but I know where I have the faith. Like everything happened for a reason.
Right.
So when I look at this situation that's going on, people should look at it that way. One, you get rest that you ain't had. You know how much we saving on gas? It's not going to work. Working from home. Like, so many blessings that's coming from this that I don't think people are so busy complaining. And don't get me wrong, I want to go, so I want to do something. But I'm taking this as, man, there's a blessing in all of this. Like, and
even Trina, with those that are, you know, that may not be in our situation, that may have lost their jobs, who may not, who right now can't wait for this thing to be over. God has got you. God is going. God is doing. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we don't understand it. We may not see it now, but we gonna see it later. He's gonna show us why things happen in our lives. Because you think about it now. You was talking about, oh, I don't like this girl on my job. She be going in the supervisor be doing. Now you're not working. Now you're not working. So now maybe when you go back to your job, you will appreciate your job more. Mm-hmm. You know, you'll be going in with a different perspective. Mm-hmm. Because TD Jakes did a series, and it's on YouTube. This was like 10 years ago, but it's still prevalent today. And it was like 10 things that'll keep you that for your workplace. Right, and one thing that he said was, you don't go to your job to make friends. You go to your job to do your job. He says, if you make a friend there, that's a bonus.
That's a bonus.
But you're not going there. You going there to do your job, to make your money, to support, to provide for your family. That is what your job entails. Mm-hmm. So you have to look at what's going on. I love people who are customer service, because they deal with more than anybody deal with. So that's why I when I go to these stores now, I tell these grocery people, thank you for your service. I see police, if I see nurses. I was at Starbucks and I saw a lady, a couple of ladies behind me, and they had on scrubs. So what I did was I paid extra. I said, take care of them people that's behind me. Tell them that's from me. Tell them just say thank you.
If we're in that position that we can do. And I will say for in regards to let me mention this. A girlfriend of mine, we were on FaceTime yesterday, a Zoom call yesterday, and she mentioned that, God already knew this was gonna happen. Like this was in his plan.
Yes.
It was already he already knew this was happening. So that's one thing. But two, those that aren't in this position. So as far as my testimony is concerned, like I mentioned, I'm gonna do a video because I had promised that what I dealt with, losing my job at 50 after 19 years, I want to give that story out because it's going to help somebody.
Yes.
Because somebody's going to, I lost my job. Like, what am I doing? And I know what I did. And I know how I believed. And I knew how I was like, you get scared a little bit for a second, but then you remember, he got me.
Trina, think about Trina when this thing is over. And everybody go back to church and they do back what we used to do back in the day, back and do testimony service. Girl, you'll be in church from 8 o'clock in the morning till probably 12 midnight because everybody have a testimony to show how God did something to them in the midst of this thing. It may have repaired a marriage. It may have brought a mother and a son back together, a father and a daughter back together. It definitely
puts it back on him. It puts it back on him because at this time we don't have a choice but to depend on him, and and for me, people don't know I didn't used to put out my spiritual side as much. I don't read the Bible every day. I'm not at church every week, even I did find me a fabulous church, but I have that side, and that's why the whole 6 months many people didn't know I was laid off because I was still out smiling and grinning. Things was going good. What I needed me crying every day. And I had my moments, but for the most part, I said, okay, girl, you gotta shake this off, But that's why I want to do that video. But thank you so much. I have enjoyed this conversation. It was great.
To do this again sometime. Yeah.
I know, just off camera. But I do want to say thank you for everything.
We'll be able to be together.
Huh?
I say when we think it's over, we'll be able to be live. I was telling to Jack Frost. I wanted to be live.
Oh, I know. I gotta get you and Jack Frost together. That would be funny. I want to thank you though, because I don't know if you know that you mean a lot to me in reference to things that you've encouraged me to do. You have definitely been a light in my life, and I promise you, there's probably not many people that know me that haven't heard my story about how you encouraged me that time. It meant, I don't even know how many years ago it meant, but it meant the world to me. You may not even know that, but I use it all the time and say, well, Chilly Bill Smith told me that, and it has encouraged me. And I think about it when I get into my down moment. I think about what you said to me that day. So just know that when you say stuff to people, it does stay with them. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do for the community. Thank you for your music,
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. In 2021, I will be a part of the cruise. So
that cruise
haven't ready. So we
gotta get us some good R&B groups.
We gonna have an R&B cruise, and we claiming it right now. We claiming it right now. It's gonna happen.
Gotta make sure my show with Dominique Hammond. You gotta come see Dominique live.
Yes.
Well, my internet saying it's unstable, so we gonna go and cut off. But we made it through to the end.
There you go. Look
at it. Never live a lie, right? All right, Chilly. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It was so much fun. That's one of my favorite people in the world. Thanks, Chilly. You guys remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chat with Trina.